Morning. Hello. Take my glasses off so you can see my face. Hello, that works better. Doing this new thing where instead of doing this on Facebook Live or Instagram Live, where on live, it's posted for 24 hours and it's like lost, and then someone can like join in the middle, and then when someone joins in the middle, I always get like lost and off track. So we're doing this new thing where I'm having a YouTube channel, and I just get to talk, and then people can actually listen the whole way through, because there's like it's always weird when I'm like 5 minutes into something and then somebody joins and I'm like, oh shit, but they don't understand what I was doing before. Anyway, it is a little awkward that I have to hold it this way than this way, but it's fine. The phone. Anyway, today, our topic is video games and work and school and deconditioning, and the idea, the principle, that in truth, there's nothing to do and nothing we have to do. There's really nothing we have to do, and that we are at peace no matter what we do or don't do. All of our conditioning, all of our conditioning, not all of it, but all of our conditioning around work and school says the opposite. That there's stuff that we have to do, that we live in scarcity, that if we don't like go to work tomorrow, we're gonna get fired, and then we're gonna be broke, and we're gonna not be able to eat, and we're gonna die, right? That's like ego separation, fear, conditioning, and even deeper than that, we, as children, like 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade children, we get up at like 7 a.m., breakfast, go to school starts at 8, we get out at 3, and then say we play a sport, we have an after school activity, that lasts till 5, and then we come home, and then we have homework for 3 hours, so we're doing that till 8, and so we're working 12 hours a day as a child, and a lot of us are not designed to work that way. In human design, generators, if you're a generator in human design and you don't have an ego, if you're which is in human design is an actual energetic center, there's a difference, we're going to call it will, and you don't have a defined will. Generators are great. They have this motor that they can actually do that 12-hour a day shit, and they're going to be happy as they're just getting to use all their energy. But if you're a projector or a reflector, you don't have that energy, and so you're fucking tired and exhausted all the time. If you're a manifester, you can do a little bit, you're going to start something, but then you're quickly going to run out of energy. And if you have a couple of gates, which I have, in the will, then it's like the will has a certain type of forward momentum where it can do these really sustained, powerful bursts of energy, but it only really works when it wants to. And we're doing this thing where we're entering into in 7 years-ish, and we can kind of already feel this happening with the rise of the feminine and everything that's happening right now. That it's all going to shift to a new gate is coming into our dominant culture activation. This is a lot of human design talk for people who don't know anything about human design. But basically, we're only going to do stuff when we feel like it. That's like a thing. It's like a gate in human design. It's like you only really do shit when you feel like it. Like gate of moodiness. Anyway, back to the point. I have a specific memory when I was a kid, when I was in 1st grade, first time I got homework. Very first time I got homework. I came home, and Mom was like, okay, you got homework. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to sit at the table, and you're going to finish your homework. And then you can, oh, there's my mom. Oh, my mom was texting me. Speak the devil. Oh, no, she's great. I love Mom. That's been a lot of work to be able to say that. Jesus Christ. And so I remember the first time I sat home and did homework, and I looked at it. I was like, this is stupid. I'm not going to do this. And then I just went and played video games. which led me into all sorts of trouble in school that I just never did my homework because it was stupid. I didn't want to do it. It was like, I already know this shit. I already know this. I don't need to do the homework. And I was right. I did know it, and I didn't need to do it. And it was just like a system telling me that, like, no, this is the thing you have to do. It was like when I was in high school, I had a math class, and a teacher like asked this question. I was like, okay, what's the answer? And I sat there and I let I didn't think about it. I didn't figure it out, but I like allowed the answer to like work itself out within consciousness. I allowed it to unfold within my mind. And I was like, oh, I raised my hand and oh, here's the answer. And it's like, okay, can you get up and show your work? And I was like, no, I did it in my head. And like the whole class was kind of just stunned as it wasn't like 2 + 2. It was like a trigonometric equation. It was actually a relatively advanced question. It was like trig or something. And she was like, okay, no, but you still have to show your work. And I'm like, but I fucking like, I got the answer. I know what I'm doing. Like, I know what I'm doing. The only reason I have to show the work is because that's the thing we're supposed to do. It's just fucking conditioning. Anyway, so now as an adult and as now an entrepreneur, I'm like doing this whole thing around work and conditioning and like, what is it that and it's really being really deep in the spiritual path and really trying to live this, like there's nothing we have to do thing. Like there's really nothing we have to do. Whenever I'm playing video games and I'm really enjoying it, right now I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV. It's amazing. It's really, really good. If you like MMOs, it's probably the greatest MMO that's ever been made. Shadowbringers just came out and it's the shit. It's so good. The story's amazing. Anyway, it really is beautiful. It's like, it keeps continually like getting better and blowing me away how good it is. If you like Final Fantasy, it's also amazing. Anyway, I'm playing this game and like, I keep getting really fucking resentful and angry. And this anger, I'm thinking about the game and I'm thinking like, oh, it's because like I need to go do my work, right? I need to go work in my business. There's something that I'm avoiding not doing so I can play the game, right? And I'm using the game as like an escape from this thing that I have to do. And that's been my like understanding of my relationship to video games for my entire life, that I'm like using video games as a way to escape something that I don't want to do and something I'm trying to avoid. And as I've like done a shit ton of addiction work and a shit ton of deconditioning work and a shit ton of like not avoiding my shit work, it keeps coming back. Video games keep coming back and I actually just love playing them. And I've been in this spot where like, okay, I love this game. I love this game. It's amazing. I love playing it. It makes me really, really happy. And I'm not like avoiding any of my emotions. Like I do I practice all the time and like I'm excited and I'm making my music and I'm like doing my spiritual work and I'm doing everything I'm doing to do and I'm still like resentful about this shit. And so it dawns on me this morning, in part meditation, I allow this stuff to work through and allow the resentment to work through. And it's like, oh, this is just conditioning. Like this whole thing is just conditioning that I'm like, it's back to this point of like, oh, I have to do this homework. I can't play the game because there's this homework I have to do. There's this work that I have to be doing, which is actually just like the world cultural ego work. And like this stupid shit that doesn't actually fucking matter. And so like, if I really want to like play this game because I really, really enjoy it, instead of like working on the Discord or working on the music or whatever I'm doing with Growing Union, like I can. And that'll be a thing for a minute and I'm okay, right? The Discord and the music, and it's all there. It's not going anywhere. It's not like I play video games in my entire vocal lessons. It's just all there and everything's perfect and amazing. And like, I'll play the game for a while and then I'll And then I'll go do the other stuff. And even if I don't do the other stuff, that's okay. Like I don't have to. It's just I want to, and it'll work out. I think where we do get stuck with, I did get stuck, is when we don't feel like that our video games are like making up for something, especially online games. And I think this is a thing that happened with me, and is a thing that can happen with a lot of people in online, and why video games can be really addicting, is because there is something we're avoiding in our life, and they like it can be used as an escape. And it's like reading in A Course of Love, which I'm sure it's almost over, so you may not hear a lot about it here. But A Course of Love is amazing. It's something that I'm not like go read it, but like if you feel called to read it, it's amazing. It's literally enlightening. But he's like the loving self, like the healthy self, also has to accept the unsick self, and it's like all part of consciousness. Like everything that comes up is all part of love, is all part of consciousness. And so like everything has, like there is this like in our like, I don't want to make a dichotomy between healthy and sick, because it's all the same, it's all one thing. And there is the truth. I don't know. This is probably why he describes it in a certain order, and then you let go of things in the book. Anyway, point being, there is this other aspect of gaming that you can kind of get stuck in it, especially online games. And they could WoW is hardcore addiction. You can have people playing 12, 16 hours a day. Like a lot, like every day. And I've done that. I've done the play 12 hours a day of WoW every single day. And it's like that because it just gives you like regular hits of dopamine. Just like boom, 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 boom. And when the rest of your life isn't like, the rest of your life is beautiful and amazing. It's just the realization that it's beautiful and amazing. And when you're like trying to escape something, and you're like, I don't want to handle the rest of my life. I don't want to be in a relationship with it. Here's this space where I can totally escape my life and go be in this different world. It's really powerful for that. And so there is work to be done. Like if you find yourself in that spot where you're like, oh, I don't like my life outside of the video game, like that's something to look at. Like that's something to be aware of, and that's something to, always something for us to be conscious of, just like, and be aware of it. But it's just like about acceptance, man. It's about accepting both sides. It's like accepting like both the fact that this game can be really addicting, and it can be, and all MMOs and all games in general can be really addicting, and if you find yourself like really sad when you're not playing the game, like that's something to look at. And on the other side, it's also like one of the most amazing video games I've ever played in my entire life, and I love playing it. So yeah, it's just like finding freedom with it, like wherever you are. Yeah. I love you. Whoever's watching this, I love you. Thank you. I'm gonna go make breakfast and go play some games. Okay, bye.